Hi, I'm Evie Kim Sing, editor of IdentityWeek.net. I'm speaking today with Jonathan Andresen, Senior Director of Marketing at Incode Technologies, who are platinum sponsors at Identity Week Asia in September. Thanks for joining me. Could you just start by explaining sort of Incode's technologies and how you transform the customer experience for large enterprises?
Excellent. So thanks for having me. We are a leading identity verification and authentication company. We're leading the change towards leveraging biometrics and facial recognition to help our customers, the largest customers in the world and enterprises, be able to leverage this technology to transform their customer experience, up-level their security, and increasingly monetize their move towards digital transformation. This space is so exciting. It's such a great spot to be in. Identity is very important. It's the first layer of security now, especially in the cloud world. And since the pandemic, it's very important we move towards a contactless sort of way of engaging with companies. And so we're leading the charge towards doing that by creating a scalable platform that allows our customers to deploy omni-channel experiences, leveraging identity and facial recognition to really transform how their customers engage with their business. And it's really an exciting time to be in that space.
And I imagine since the pandemic, enterprises are wanting to onboard and verify customers quicker, improve that customer experience. How do you kind of balance that with the security, protecting the security concerns as well?
Exactly. So security has been with us for a long time. We can make things really secure, but also really slow and awkward for the company. And so two sides of the same coin here is sort of user privacy, but also security and scale. And we believe that there shouldn't be a trade-off between security and performance. We should be very fast. It should be very quick that someone's able to onboard, get the data they need, start using the services that you're providing, while also making sure it's secure. And also, of course, being accurate. But security now is so important for fraud to prevent different security use cases from impacting on companies. Right now, if you get someone's credentials, password credentials, you can just log in and you can get their whole account and you get the keys to the kingdom, if you will. So the first layer of security today really is identity. And there's nothing more secure than your face. I mean, passwords, even multi-factor authentication, those tools have been with us for decades, and they're not really enough to secure today's cloud mobile-based environment, especially as we move towards greater uses of digital transformation. And we really imagine a world where digital really is fast-tracked, where people can have an omni-channel experience using their identity and with one particular company. They can deploy, they can get their onboarding, they can get their services, they can purchase things with it. And it really changes how they can engage with a company, but also, it's actually impacts folks' lives and makes things a lot simpler and streamlined if they can do that without having to engage with people at front desks, without paper, without passwords, just using their identity to sort of verify who they are. And that's a big focus for us. Is we believe in building a world of trust. It's our tagline, and you only can do that if the user trusts the company and that they've got their data protected, and if the company is able to deploy a secure and scalable and high performance solution.
And how do you scale up that solution to achieve, your vision of one identity everywhere?
Interesting. So this space has gone through a few changes over the past decade. I think with us, for example, we've fast-tracked the architecture to make sure that it's seamless and frictionless. Truly, actually. And in a lot of ways, a lot of companies say they can do frictionless and seamless, but they still have things like human reviewers that will look at your credentials and look at your biometrics just to verify that it's who you say you are. And if we just leverage AI to the fullest extent we can, we'd remove human reviewers from the equation. We eliminate bias, we make things more accurate, we make things faster, and we can do it at scale. And so the whole idea is to provide an identity service with a speed of service to our companies and customers, whereby they can leverage their identity technology and strategy at scale, but not just at scale, to be able to customize at scale. And that's really the hard part of this whole business. How do you create omni-channel experiences for different kinds of customers, your VIP customers, your new customers, your potential customers? how do you roll out multi-tiered services to target your markets at scale? And that's where we come in. We can customize at scale with our technology, with the way we set our business for customer success, for example. And that's why more and more organizations are looking at our type of approach, because you really have to customize your identity strategy to the. I mean, identity should be secure. It should be completely transparent and easy to use for the user. There shouldn't be too many prompts. There shouldn't be a clunky 5-minute process to onboard, or even 3-minute process. It should take seconds to onboard and get the data you want and verify who you are against a document, for example. So with our architecture, we believe that it's much more scalable. When we go into POCs versus our competitors, they're usually quite shocked that we can deliver those results, and they really want to see it in practice.
And is it fitting with the trends emerging in the industry, to do with data privacy and allowing users control over their identification?
Absolutely. So the missing link here is privacy, and privacy from a government standpoint. You're seeing GDPR in Europe. You're seeing more regulations around privacy, personal information, and so we have to make sure that gets secured. That's the missing link here. And from a user standpoint, I want to make sure that if I'm giving you my biometrics, you're going to keep it safe, and it's not going to be used in a nefarious way. As we can get the privacy topic right for the user, users can be more comfortable to use those services. The take up is going to be higher. We'll be able to leverage more services and more use cases. And so privacy is that missing link. I think of it more as there's a bit of a trust gap between the user and organizations. And maybe it's 20, 30, 40% of people that sort of feel like I'm not going to give my data to that enterprise because I'm not sure it's going to be secure. And we solve that in multiple ways for privacy. We don't keep their data necessarily. We just check against a database. We hash everything that we hold, even if we hold it temporarily. So users can be reassured that we're actually not using their data in a negative way, or that it definitely is secure. The other thing that's important is with these businesses and a lot of these technologies, you don't know what's in the back end. So you're giving your data to someone, there's an app, you verify your face, and you don't really know what happens to it. And a lot of cases with these technologies, vendors partner with other companies to do part of the solution. And so your data may go to a third party behind that technology that verifies your face, or does facial recognition, or does liveness detection, or does different parts of the solution. We actually integrate it all together. We own the whole solution. So there's no data going to third parties. It's all sitting within our ecosystem. We make sure it's secure and scalable. And if we're not using it, we delete it. And so the user can be confident, their data is not being passed around to other third parties.
Thanks for speaking with me today.
Oh, thank you very much for having me. Looking forward to the event. We're excited to be having at this event. Looking forward to launching our business further in Asia Pacific.